Tinubu, we told you that Nnamdi Kanu that you people went to kidnap and perpetually locked him up will be the end of Nigeria. It has not started. Many more countries would get involved, and you will understand where we are coming from. We are not here to discuss release him or don't release Nnamdi Kanu. Keep him there. We are not begging for his release. Do you see us begging for his release? We are not begging. What will release Nnamdi Kanu is coming, and it will be the end totally for Nigeria.
Tinubu cannot keep Nnamdi in detention, Nnamdi Kanu in detention, and still come to the Southeast to campaign and expect people to give their vote. It will never happen. We are no longer missing words. It cannot happen. More so when this young man is being kept in detention unjustly. The facts are there, unjustly. So that woman is not even talking properly, telling me it's not for. If Tinubu does not release Nnamdi Kanu, on what ground will he come to campaign and ask the Igbos
Should
for
he
vote?
be campaigning with the life of the man in the first instance?
No, whether it is or not, is that what this one he's doing in the north and every other place? What is it for?
But Barrister Darlington,
yes.
Nnamdi Kanu was in prison. Tinubu became the president. He was in prison also when Buhari was there, and nothing really happened. And we have Igbos, we have Southeasterners, politicians, actually not saying anything about that, to the point that they were even campaigning also for all these people. Nnamdi Kanu was in prison, and Tinubu was conferred a title by the Anambra State people just when he went there to confer or to inaugurate a project in that state. So are we seeing, the politicians in Igbo land now not still going on with playing their interest against the release of Nnamdi Kanu?
Nobody can blame the Ohanese or any Southeasterner for Nnamdi Kanu detention, because they have done everything. It's on record. From Buhari to Tinubu, Igbo leaders have gone to Asorok to plead for his release. What's her name? Hazilike. Before he died, that first Republic aviation minister, he pleaded that, look, let it be the last wish they can grant him. Nobody listened to him. Ohanese have gone to this leader when they were in Asorok and why they are still there today. So, on what ground will you not blame our Igbo leaders? What do you want them to do? To carry guns?
So then how then do you not say that Tinubu should not come to the Southeast?
No, I didn't say he should not come. Hold on. I didn't say he should not come. I said, if he's coming, what is it? Because they have been telling us that he's not against the Igbos. He's not this, without that. But the facts on ground does not prove so. It was Tinubu that released Shawere from detention for his treasonable felony charge, allegation by Buhari government. Is that not true? It was Tinubu that released Shawere. Was it Tinubu that put Shawere in detention? No, it was Tinubu that released Sunday Igboho. So why is it Nnamdi Kanu different?
It was. I thought it was the courts that released Igboho.
Sorry?
I thought it was the
courts.
No,
it wouldn't matter pressure. It was when he came in. It was the pressure of Tinubu. It was the pressure of Tinubu that made them to release Igboho.
All right.
So why will anybody now come and say that he's not Tinubu? All the other cases that Tinubu inherited, why can't you say, no, I will not entertain them? The matter have gone to court. We don't even need to beg anybody. Because the facts on ground does not show that Nnamdi Kanu is guilty.
All right then.
Yes, the matter has gone to court and we didn't stop for it. We have been very peaceful about this thing. Many regions in this country, or many tribes, they will not tolerate it because it's an insult. That the court have even said that they should release Nnamdi Kanu. Yet the federal government sat on the case. Is that an insult or not?
All right.
No, Barrister Darlington, Nnamdi Kanu have been a vocal person. He actually the other time was talking about how he's not even interested in any political election again that's been organized in Nigeria. And he made mention of marginalization of the Southeastern as a bit of reason. At this point in time, some persons have also come up to finger him saying that he did not, or he is planning, or one of the reasons was kept behind bars was the fact that he said something about election not going to hold in the Southeast and all that. Now, with the release of Nnamdi Kanu at this point in time, do you think it's going to favor Peter Obi and the likes of the Southeasterners who also have their eyes on the ticket for the presidential bid?
Of course, because yesterday when Obi was speaking on one of the TV houses, he mentioned the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu and what it portends. He said it. Now, if they should release Nnamdi Kanu now, who will take the credit?
Welcome back to Local Journal. The Igbos have spoken loudly. If President Bola Ahmed Tinubu fails to release Nnamdi Kanu before the 2027 elections, they will not support his re-election bid. This is not just a political statement. It is a cry against systemic injustice. For years, Nnamdi Kanu has remained in detention despite multiple court rulings that ordered his release both within and outside Nigeria. Yet, the federal government continues to ignore these orders, raising serious concerns about the rule of law and democratic accountability in the country. At what point did the legitimate call for self-determination become a criminal offense? Isn't self-determination enshrined under international law and supported by the United Nations Charter? These are tough questions that Nigerians, especially the Igbos, are asking. Let's hear more from the voices on ground, and we'll be right back. But before then, if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Because the matter have gone to court. And all the arguments have been canvassed. All the witnesses have been presented. So, I don't see it as a favor. Rather, I see it as a way to maybe show up your political image in the Southeast.
So do you think he will achieve that if he's released?
You mean if the government in power release him?
Yes.
It's not even released, it's the court. Because they have closed their case against him. So we are waiting maybe final written addresses and all that.
That's it.
So who will not claim the credit? When you have nothing against him, you have nothing against him. We didn't see any incriminating evidence, something that can, that they saw Nnamdi Kanu where he was killing people. They saw gun in his cache of arms that he was stockpiling in somewhere. That we saw him leading a battalion of bandits and all that, like they're doing in the north. There was nothing like that.
Barrister, sorry to interrupt you. Do you think, now we know that largely Nnamdi Kanu has been calling for no elections in the southeast, Nigeria, Biafra, fighting for cessation from Nigeria and the rest. Now, if he's released, how do you think that will play out if he comes out and says, look, okay, fine. The leader of IPOB is out and Biafrans should not vote in the forthcoming election, but rather continue the clamor for a sovereign state. How do you think that will play out for Peter Obi and others that are contesting elections?
Nnamdi Kanu will not go through that route. You know why?
Why?
He should understand the mindset of the average Igbo man. You don't force an Igbo man to do your bidding. Before an Igbo man will take decision, he will look at it, both sides. Nnamdi Kanu cannot come out with that and say nobody should vote in the South. Nobody will listen to him, and he will lose respect. This is something that the Igbos have to agree.
Well, before now,
you can't do that when Obi is contested.
Before now, there have been calls for elections not to hold in the southeast because Biafra wants to pull out of Nigeria.
Because as at that time, they didn't regard an Igbo man, to be qualified to be the president of the country. Now the Kanu cannot come out to that and say,
so you think if Peter Obi is running, he will speak in favor. He will say, okay, go out and vote.
He may not even interfere. On what ground? He may not interfere. I expect that he may go to the UK where he is a citizen to go and cool off.
The biggest mistake that they made is the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu. And that same Nnamdi Kanu will be the end of Nigeria. And I'm saying it without any, contradiction. Nigeria is gone under the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu. Why did I say this? Nnamdi Kanu was agitating for, Biafrans. The Biafran agitation was, civil, because in the world, Biafran agitation is your right. If you want to, agitate to leave a particular nation, and you are doing it peacefully, which that was the case initially when Biafrans was agitating, we were very peaceful and marching with our flags and all whatnot. But the Nigerian government took it upon themselves that they must bring Biafrans down. What did they do? They went and gunned down almost 300 people that are agitating with Biafran flag. They weren't carrying weapons. Note this, they were not carrying any firearms. What they were carrying was the Nigerian flag. the Obibo massacre. You can Google that, is on the public domain. Now, Nnamdi Kanu kept telling us, look, we need to leave Nigeria before Nigeria start happening to us. We thought it was crazy, we thought it was mad. Not until today that all this has started surfacing. And we understood where Nnamdi Kanu was coming from. And he never gave up on that, sensitizing of the public, sensitizing us with the truth. And that is what, I finally realized, and where I finally realized that this man is for real. And I started following him. Because the only thing that you can never fight is the truth. Now, the Nigerian government, which all of you knows the story already, went as far as arresting this man when he first came to Nigeria, prosecuted him just because he was fighting for Biafra, fighting for independent state of Biafra, and he got his bail under Binta Yako. Was enjoying his bail in Afari Beko in his father's compound. Nigerian government went as far as creating Operation Python dance to go and dance Nnamdi Kanu's house, which led to the 28th loss of life that the Nigerian soldiers opened fire on innocent civilians in Nnamdi Kanu's father's house. And I want to ask this question. So, all those 28 people that was unalive, who is going to account for them? Who is going to, pay for their loss? What are they going to do about their loss? Nigerian government cared not. Then Nnamdi Kanu ran away. And that attack led to the death of Nnamdi Kanu's father, Nnamdi Kanu's mother, and all his loved ones, his relatives. Most of them were gone down in that sick house. Then he ran away and started agitating that he must leave Nigeria. Nigeria is not sustainable. And this idiot called Nigerian state, Nigerian government, went as far as Kenya to kidnap a man that legally entered the country. And then Nigeria is hoping to try that same man in the Nigerian court, which the law said, if you have committed such an offense, you have no jurisdiction and right to try that individual. Did Nigeria listen to that? No, they didn't listen to that. All they want is to jail Nnamdi Kanu because he's an Igbo man. It is just the truth, because Nnamdi Kanu remains an Igbo man, and that is why you see these ridiculous delays and all of that. And there is three things that you can never fight on this planet Earth. Number one is the sun. Number two is the moon. Number three is the truth. You can never fight these three things. And that is what Nnamdi Kanu stood on. Today, what is happening today? The Kenyan court has freed Nnamdi Kanu. Even gave him his reward. Found the people who went to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. Order for his return to Kenya. Did the Nigerian government obey that law? No. That's to tell you that Nigeria was never created for you and I. A government that unalives its own citizen. A government that when you speak against, I've never seen this anywhere in the world. When you talk about Nigerian evil government and they say we are in democracy, they come after you.
The continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, reflects a dangerous trend in Nigeria's political and judicial system. When multiple courts, including international legal bodies, have declared his detention illegal, yet the government persists in holding him, one must question what exactly is driving this defiance. Is it about national security, or is it a deep-seated political vendetta against a region that has historically felt alienated? The Igbo people have time and again voiced their frustration over political exclusion, economic neglect, and cultural alienation. The detention of Kanu only reinforces these feelings that the Igbos are deliberately witch-hunted, marginalized, and unfairly targeted in the same country they helped build. This is not just about Kanu, it is about justice, equity, and the integrity of our institutions. If the court cannot be respected, what then is the fate of the common man? If self-determination, a globally recognized right, is criminalized without dialogue or negotiation, what hope is there for peace? The federal government's approach to the issue has only deepened the wounds. Instead of opening the door for national healing and engagement, they've chosen confrontation, suppression, and lawlessness. The political fallout is now inevitable. Many Igbo people feel that Tinubu's government is continuing the same pattern of marginalization, and 2027 will be their moment to push back through the ballot box. For a president who promised renewed hope, the ongoing injustice against Nnamdi Kanu is a betrayal of that very promise. If Nigeria must survive as a united entity, then its leaders must respect justice, uphold human rights, and treat every ethnic group with fairness. Until Nnamdi Kanu is released in line with the legal judgment, this issue will remain a scar on Nigeria's democratic image and a serious political liability come 2027.